I'm Gabrielle and welcome to my voice studio. Today I'm going to show you a little tip and trick that helps me whenever I experience tongue tension. Now you might not be familiar with that. If you've ever been working on a piece and you're like, I'm doing everything right, but for some reason everything just feels so hard and tight and tense, so that could probably be your jaw or your tongue. And today we're going to talk about what you can do if it's your tongue. So I like to jokingly call the tongue the mafia of the mouth. The tongue is involved in everything. A lot of people think that your tongue would start about here, but that's not the case. Your tongue root is actually located all the way down here, and it connects upward. It's a very large muscle that can get really involved in a lot of other aspects, especially when speaking or singing. So just like any other muscle, what do we do before we work out or before you run a marathon? You want to stretch. So today I'm going to walk you through the process of stretching out your tongue. Now, it can be a little quirky, so bear with me. What I like to do is I like to purchase some sterile gauze. Now, you can purchase this at Walgreens. You can also just use a washcloth. I recommend something other than a paper towel because sometimes that can be a bit linty. You are going to be touching your tongue with this, so just keep that in mind. You can also do it preferably with a gauze pad, but you could do it while wearing gloves if that makes you more comfortable. That way you aren't having to directly come into contact with your tongue. So what I'm going to have you do is first you will take your gauze. It's a nice, lovely little square here. So I want you to open it up until you have it whenever it is bigger square, okay? So before we do any of the actual tongue stretching, I'm going to walk you through them because it is a bit messy. What you're going to do before you even begin with the gauze is just stick your tongue out. Okay, if you stick your tongue out, you want to think like a kid zoning out in front of a TV. So not exactly a pointer, but more, I know, it's silly. So go ahead, stick your tongue out, let it hang, and we're going to take it to the left and hold it and stretch, and to the right. And as you do this, I want you to just send a little bit of phonation through, just some sounds. They don't have to be pretty sounds. So join me. Wonderful. I know, this is the not so beautiful work, but trust me, it's worth it. Go ahead and take your gauze pad. Now, you're going to grab it first, and we're going to stretch and put your thumbs to the back of your tongue, and you're going to press downward. The goal is for this to just be a nice little stretch, nothing too painful. So, stretch number one. Now, you can do this stretch for as long as you would like. One thing that's very interesting about this is also a wonderful time for you to check in and notice if your tongue, as you're sliding and gliding through the scale, if it wants to retract at any point. A lot of times for singers, as you go up in pitch, your tongue wants to retract. So this is a great point to just make note of that. Okay, you have pulled out and down. Now we're going to pull out and up. Wonderful. This time, grab your tongue and we're going to take it to the left, and then you're going to take it to the right. And lastly, we're going to do my personal favorite, the taco. This is so you can get into all those tiny muscles in the underside of your tongue. So you're going to make a taco and just flip the edges of your tongue upward toward the roof of your mouth. You can also flip it downward as I did. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully this relieves some of your tongue tension. Feel free to try this anytime you're noticing things are just a little tighter than maybe you feel they should be. Have a great day and get work to practicing.